Hello and welcome to ABC News. I'm Selena Edmonds. Convicted Bali 9 smuggler Renae Lawrence will soon walk free from a Bali prison after serving 13 years in jail. Her sentence officially ended at midnight last night, but immigration authorities rejected suggestions they should pick her up from the jail before daylight. Indonesia correspondent Ann Barker joins me now from Bali. And do we know what time Renae Lawrence will be released from prison?
Selena, it could happen any moment. In fact, just as you have introduced me on air, there is a police car that's rolled up. We don't know if that means that anything is happening now. Technically, her sentence expired at midnight, which was 8 or 9 hours ago now, but the immigration authorities told us late yesterday that they were not going to come in the middle of the night to free her. They have to take her to an immigration processing centre anyway. So it could happen any time. We are expecting them possibly in the next hour or two, because they were indicating that perhaps 10 a.m. here, even as late as midday, they would come and take her away. But we've seen very little movement until now at the jail, even though there's a large media contingent here.
When they do come to take Renae Lawrence away, what happens?
Well, she'll be taken for processing, basically the paperwork that will formally end her time in Bali, her sentence. The immigration authorities have said they're waiting to see her passport and ticket, and only in the last hour we've heard that they do now have a passport from the Australian consulate in Bali. That would presumably be a new passport because, of course, she hasn't travelled for 13 years. So that is one of the major bureaucratic sort of obstacles to her being deported. The other one is to know that she does have a plane ticket that is either for today or tomorrow. That's something that I understand is the responsibility of her family. Of course, they would be paying for that. But we don't know yet if that ticket has been booked and when for. Presumably they too have been waiting to know if her passport was ready to be issued and handed over. So if that also is completed today or early today, then it may well be that she's taken direct to the airport and put on a plane. Again, it depends when the ticket is for. Otherwise, she will be taken to a detention centre, an immigration detention centre, and possibly kept there for at least another day or so.
And Renae Lawrence has family members there ready to meet and greet her at some point in time?
Her mother and stepbrother have been here for at least a week, and excuse me, the understanding is that they will escort her home and presumably are helping her to find that ticket. She has obviously some family. Her father is back in Newcastle. We would expect that she will fly into Sydney, although that, of course, is not a certainty. We know too that she does face some charges in New South Wales. She is charged with stealing a car, speeding, driving unlicensed, going back to March 2005, which is the month before she came to Bali. There is an arrest warrant, we know, from New South Wales Police, but we've learnt only in the last day or so that they're unlikely to arrest her, but rather deal directly with a lawyer on her behalf. And that would mean that she would perhaps have some requirement to show up at court or a police station once she arrives in Australia and not necessarily be arrested.
Ann Barker reporting from Bali.